Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 33 of my Let's Build series. Today we are going to be doing hopefully quite a lot of progress. I know in the last episode we didn't make a whole ton, so today we are going to be working up at the top of our palace. But before we go up there, I actually would like to create a good path up there. Super simple and one that doesn't really fit in with the lore, but it's okay because it's going to be completely hidden. I'm going to actually place a bucket of water at the top of this pillar, which is all the way up there. That's going to allow me to use these super thick pillars on the sides here to get up and down easily. We'll have stairs as well, but because it's just so high up, I kind of wanted to have an alternative that was a little quicker. Uncontrolled flying. Okay, so this is perfect. So all I'm gonna do is right in here. Yep. There we go. All right, and now let's go back down. That's gonna make such a mess. Let's do that. Did we beat the water down or? Oh yeah, we did. Cool. Okay, now I just need to make it all source blocks. Oh cool, we get the conduit effect in here. Speaking of conduit, I am actually working on getting a second conduit. So if you have ideas for what you would like to see me build there, we need a conduit over by our gardens. So that one doesn't quite reach. So I know some of you suggested mermaid stuff or goodness, a clamshell with a conduit in it. There's been a lot of suggestions. I appreciate them all, but I'm gonna let you guys tell me again what you would like to see. I think the idea that I like at this current moment is actually having a mermaid holding it. I think that could be really pretty, but we already have a mermaid statue, so I would of course understand if that's not something that you guys would like to see. You can all let me know. Alright, here we are. A perfect little elevator all the way up here, and our conduit kicks in, so we don't even need lighting. Perfect. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to work on up here is actually going to be this tower over here. I think it's smart to start with the small one as well as the bridge connecting right here. So I'm going to start by bringing this prismarine all the way across and then making a solid layer between here so that we can actually walk from there to there. Alright, now that we can properly walk across the bridge, I'm leaving some gaps here so that we can decide on the detailing a little further along. Right now, I would like to work on a sort of a gazebo area right here. I want this tower to be left open. When we cross the bridge and go over to this side, there will be another big square tower and then some circle towers on top of that. So this is our biggest tower. This one's just sort of like a little lookout where we can kind of come up and hang out, and it's a lot more chill. I think I'd like to have our portal room up in this tower over here, so there will be some function for going back and forth. Now, I want to do a circle roof on top of here, so I'm modeling this sort of off of my Dragon Palace. So if you've seen my Dragon Palace video, you know that I balanced the palace by doing a lot of square towers mixed in with circle towers to alternate the shapes a little bit. That's sort of what I'm doing here. We're going from a big square to a big sphere, basically. The first thing I'm going to do is mark out a circle on the ground. This is a pretty simple step, but it'll help guide me a lot once I get up to the roof and it becomes a lot more complicated. I think this circle may actually be too small. I'm going to try again, but bring this part out here. That should be better. Alright, now that I'm happy with my circle shape, it's time to get the pillars in place. So let me make sure I got the right axe. Yes, indeed. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do pillars maybe here. Let's get a good look at this spacing. I want to make sure everything's right before I commit to it. Yeah, that looks good. I think I'm happy with that. So now I just have to bring these up. Alright, now that these pillars are all in place, we just have to mirror what we did with the dirt. And that's what makes that guide so easy, because from up here, when you're kind of parkouring a little bit on the edge, it's a lot harder to see where we need to place the blocks. But having the outline below makes it super easy to figure out. Alright, now the next step, now that we have this basic circle marked in, is to just turn this into sort of a dome. This is kind of the tricky part, and it's going to take me quite a lot of effort. I also don't think I have enough dark prismarine right now, so I may have to go collect more of that. We'll see. I'll let you all know how it goes. Alright, there's the first layer complete. I'm really happy with how this is looking, and I actually haven't used up all of my dark prismarine, which is wonderful because we have quite a few more projects to get finished today. The next thing that I want to work on is actually over here. So I realized while I was starting to fill in this floor that our aquarium down there is actually going to come up here. And part of this floor is going to be an aquarium. So I think it's about time we look at how much glass we actually have in storage and see it, oh dear, that was risky, and see how tall this thing can be made today. Because if we don't have enough glass, then I should be smelting some while I'm detailing. That just makes sense. Also, I'm not 100% sure if I mentioned this, but the glass that won was actually the blue glass. So we're going to be using the light blue glass for the aquarium. It was like 77% in favor or something like that the last time I looked. So that is what we are going with. And we have lots of stuff to dye it with, so I'm not worried about that at all. Okay. I'm genuinely really curious to see how much glass this is going to take. I know that I probably don't have enough right now, but goodness, that's a long distance. Also, that's a really weird lighting glitch. I realized just after I recorded the last clip that I actually had my render distance up on 27, so if it was a little bit shaky, I apologize. I put my render distance really high for my creative build so that I can see them all, but although my computer handles it well, it's a lot harder to do in survival when there's a lot of entities around. Alright, I'm gonna get building. I will let you all know how it goes. Okay, here's what our aquarium looks like so far. So, didn't have even close to enough glass, but don't worry, I went and mined some more, and that is smelting now so that we can move on to the details while that's working. The next thing I want to do up here is work on this bridge. So this is a really important point, and I want it to be sort of detailed, I think. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is line the sides with birch. Now this isn't going to make a whole lot of sense as we're coming across, but we can probably slab this over or put some carpet along here so that you can't see the color difference. Alright, now I need to decide how I want to detail this. I think I definitely want this prismarine to sort of come down. Am I going to be able to reach? Ah, no, it turned. Okay, one moment. Goodness, I really wish this inventory slot was bigger. I never have enough space to put everything that I need all the way across this bar. Alright, and of course, it's becoming nighttime, right as I get into building. It's alright, I'll get my scaffolding up and then we can come back down. Alright, so on each of these pillars, I'm just gonna drag down the prismarine. And I think on each side of this, we'll do some slabs, just to give it that kind of curvy look. And then we'll mirror that with the way that the birch is going. So with the birch, we'll do like this so that we have these lovely curves. Hoping that makes it look a little bit more elegant. Alright, there we go. A super simple repeating detail that I'm hoping will do the trick. Next, I want to get down and actually solidify this bridge into the roof by bringing these pillars down into the roof so that they actually look like they're properly supported. Oh, and I fell. Alright, that's fine. Alright, here's the first side of our bridge done. I really like those arches. Also, the top of our dome, a little on the flat side, so I'm going to fix that up when we go over there to detail. But I think the bridge is coming along nicely. I'm rather happy with that. So now all I have to do is repeat that on the other side. Oh my goodness, that sunset view is so gorgeous. I love working up here in the towers of the palace. It's so gorgeous. Just look at this amazing view that we have on all sides. This is a fantastic place for a survival base, if I do say so myself. I may be a little biased though. Alright, next thing I need to do is drag across these birch slabs. But I'm gonna try to sleep first because we're getting a lot of monster spawns. I haven't properly lit up any of these platforms. I should really get around to that. Alright, now that the bridge is looking a little bit more complete, it's time to move on to this section, because I have a lot of work to do over here. I don't think we're gonna get this tower done in this episode, but we'll definitely be able to finish off this one. I just want to sort of get this started, because when we start bringing the aquarium up and finishing off the details on these walls, I want to have it in place. So basically what I'm going to do over here is take this tower right here, this smaller one, and put it here. Like a copy of it, sort of. So in from these, probably like here. Let's get that. So these are like a cross, right? So it's actually going to be like this. And essentially these pillars will go up and create another square. And then on top of that square, we'll do more of these circle roofs. So this is going to give us another layer in here, a third floor. And I think this is where I would like to put my portal. So this is basically just going to be a lot of boring block placing. So I'm going to skip you guys ahead of this part. I have to lay down a bunch of this floor and put up pillars in each corner and connect them together with the terracotta. There it is, our tower. I really like the height that it's at, and I need to finish off the rest of these, but they are just exactly the same as these ones that we have here, just to keep everything consistent, so I'm gonna do all of that off camera. So the plan for inside this tower is to have this aquarium come all the way up into the floor. Then the floor of this room is effectively an aquarium that we can look down into, sort of like in the enchantment tower. The stuff that we have over in our enchantment tower, pretty much the same thing. But over here, I think I'm going to place our nether portals. So maybe 3 or 4 nether portals on each wall, right on the edge of the glass. So the windows in this tower will look like they're made out of portals. And then in the center of all of the portals, we will have an aquarium that we can look down into. I think that's sort of a cool idea, but if any of you have any suggestions on what we can do with this room, definitely give them to me now before I get started on that. Now, it's time to get started on this circle over here because we can definitely get this finished in this episode. So right now, this is a super basic design. I'm gonna go all the way around the edges of this circle and get some nice details placed in. I'm gonna start with some slabs, and we'll probably work our way up with the full blocks. Maybe something simple like this can work, just some stairs. They kind of block the divide between the two different types of blocks, but it's not too bulky, hopefully. Maybe an upside down. Yeah, okay, let me get a good little look at that. Yes, I think I like that. Alright, let me do that on all sides now. Oh, and I should also clean up this dirt. So while I'm doing this, I want to talk a little bit about my schedule. So as most of you know, although we have gotten a few new people to the series, so if you don't know, I'm currently a student. I attend college regularly. So if you're wondering why my videos aren't super regular or they're only once a week for something that's a series, which maybe seems a little strange, that's basically why. So between this clip and the last clip you saw, there's been a full entire day. I just got home from class. Actually, I had a lab today. It was a lot of fun. And as soon as I got home, the first thing I decided to do was record. Some days it just works out like that. I'm still trying to figure out my new schedule. I have thankfully finally gotten my schedule for school. It did take a little while to get here, but I am very pleased with it, and I think it'll definitely work well with recording over the winter once I get all adjusted to it. So I'm excited for that. The other thing I wanted to just mention is that I think the upload day will be, for the most part, changed to Thursday. As I am recording this clip right now, it is Wednesday, which used to be the day that I would upload on. However, now my Wednesdays are completely full with classes and a lab. So I'm no longer having time to record and edit on Wednesdays like I used to. So I think Thursdays are going to be our new day. Obviously, it's still going to take me a little while to get perfectly adjusted to that, but I wanted to keep you all updated and let you know that my school is going wonderful. I'm enjoying it so much so far. Thank you all for being super supportive of me through the transition into a new semester. I hope all of you who are in school or oh no, this is what I get for trying to talk and build. I hope all of you who are also in school or working are also doing well. I know it's kind of a tricky time of year getting off of Christmas break. It's hard to get back into the flow of things, but hopefully you all have transitioned gracefully. Okay, I think this is what we're gonna do. I may as well just work from the top now that I'm up here. So, gonna connect all of these pieces together. This is a pretty basic design. I do this on a lot of my builds, but I mean, if something works, why mess with it? Okay, and up here we are going to have more pillars somewhere. We're going to have another circle on top of this one. but I will worry about that later. Alright, now I need to decide what I want to do with the corners. I could do something super basic and just do slabs, which I honestly might go for, but I also would like to vary it a little bit. So maybe we could take the corners up just a little, like that. That could work. Okay, let me get down and see how we like that. Let's actually fly away. I think actually flying out is a good way to see what these towers are looking like so far, since I haven't in a while. Ooh, yeah, I actually don't mind that. I think that's rather cute. Both of them are looking a lot better than before, for sure. Yeah, that is a lovely addition, and I like the way that that goes up, so I think I will do that on all sides. Alright, there we have it. That looks so much better with that trim on it. Oh my goodness, it just brings it to life so much. I love adding little details. Alright, so this area right here marks the center of our palace, right? This is directly above our big ballroom and whatever room we're gonna have below this in this big tower. It's massive, right? Like this is a big area. It has a great view of everything going on around here. We can see the coral reef on that side. We can see the coral reef on this side and our mermaid statue. I mean, we can see our entire world from up here. So I think this is a place for a very important monument. Let me show you what I have in mind. The first thing I need to do is run down to our mob farm to actually grab some gunpowder. I haven't actually properly set up our mob farm yet to actually take the items from the current collection area into like a proper storage room, but so far I really haven't needed to because I haven't had the mob farm on all the time. I only need a little bit of gunpowder because I don't fly that many places. I'm really not that needy of a survival player. I just need building blocks and I'm happy. Oh yeah, we're definitely filling up though. Okay, I'm gonna take a bunch of gunpowder up. Oh, and this is redstone that I brought down for when I actually do want to do something with this mob farm. Alright, my rockets have officially been replenished. I've got way more than I need now. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we've already defeated the dragon, right? But unfortunately we forgot to collect something that is kinda important. The egg! We forgot to collect the egg, and I would really like to remember our dragon fight. So, I've just come to the realization that I've never actually collected an egg. Okay. Aha! Got it! Yes! The next generation hold the dragon egg. Perfect. Okay, that was surprisingly easy. Let's go back to the base. Okay, so I've decided at the top and very center of our base, I think it's a good idea to have a little shrine of sorts to the Ender Dragon. I think it's super fun to commemorate that battle that we had, as it was so much fun to do and isn't really something I do very often as a creative builder. So which way should I face this? I think maybe right here. I have the armor that we fought the dragon in, although I did think about it, I sort of want to put on the elytra, because that's what we gained from it. I'm not entirely sure, but anyways, I have the boots, and I have the dragon head. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And then in the center here, need the exact center. Is this perfect center? Ooh, I think it is. Okay, so right here on this little monument, we shall place our dragon egg. There it is. I think this is a cute little detail to have in here and kind of gives us a reason to visit this spot and look over our entire survival base and how it has evolved over the past episodes. Okay, the next thing I'm noticing that really needs to be done is the inside of this circle. Because it doesn't have walls in it when we're in here, I mean, it's kind of blatantly obvious and very ugly. It needs details. So I'm gonna make my way up here and just add a nice little trim to it and a place where we can put a nice chandelier. So all the way around, just simply adding some birch wood. I think that'll make a world of difference. Alright, and before I get too far with that detailing, I wanted to go grab the pants for our little dragon here. And you can all let me know if you think I should put the dragon head somewhere different and put our original fight armor on an armor stand, maybe on its own special little monument too, something like this. Or if I should leave the head on with the armor. I'll leave it up to all of you lovely commenters. Alright, there we go. The inside is detailed. I still need to remove the dirt, but that's the small stuff. Let's get a little look at that from over here. Yes, I think that's so wonderful. Makes me so happy to see this dragon egg finally in place. I've been wanting to have a special spot for it for so long now, and I think with this tower having the dragon egg and this one having the nether portal, it'll sort of bring the base together a whole lot. I'm really excited to finish this. But, as always, every episode must come to an end, so I think I'm going to call it here and quickly go pick out a comment or question of the day. Alright, today's comment or question of the day comes from Wander Minecraft, who said, I never used granite in any of my builds because I always thought it was ugly, but I love the way you used it here. Maybe in the future I can start incorporating more of that block into my builds. Well, Wander Minecraft, I'm very glad you said that. I'm so happy that a lot of you are enjoying the palette that I've been using here for our palace. I am definitely also enjoying it a lot. Although it is more tricky to gather than sort of the usual cobble sort of palettes that I would maybe choose in survival mode, it's so rewarding to build out of these blocks. The terracotta and granite go together so wonderful with the jungle wood and the birch wood, and those are blocks that I very rarely see a lot of builders using together. So it's rewarding to get to use them together like this and sort of inspire you guys to think out of the box a little bit when it comes to block choice. Obviously, not just any block is going to work together with this build, and I've sort of made them work with this style by working at them a lot and figuring out what I need to do to make the palace work, but I really like the way that it's turning out, and I'm happy that all of you do too. Thank you for your continued support on this series, and welcome to the series for those of you who are new here. I've recently been getting quite a few comments saying that some of you are new to this series, and it's so lovely to have all of you jumping in. I hope you're enjoying the palace and survival base so far as it is. Anyways, with all of that said, I can't wait to hear from you all in the comments, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!